it's gonna have a good change for them. So I'm anticipating quite a bit, but this time around, I think not. He's picking up that Lee Sin. He should be able to do somewhat better in the last game when they fought up against the Flash Rules, because in that game, Nut saw none of his buffs at all. That was a devastating game for him, and I think this time around he really needs to pick up the slack and really, I guess in a sense, kind of anticipate the movements from the enemy junglers, and he should be able to do fine now that he's on that early game Lee Sin.
Instead of seeing the fan out that we normally see from most of these teams, we're actually going to see MLE head over to this top lane brush. They have gotten there fairly early. A lot of pings going down. We do see an early ward onto the right camp of MLE here. So we might actually see a delayed invade coming out from the Manila Eagles. If Renekton here, if Archie is wise enough, he will put down an Explorer ward, a Trinket ward I meant to say, before he leaves back into his jungle and back into the top lane. And that will spot out MLE's late invade if they decide to go with that.
The laughter coming in from Jinx is rather distracting, but nevertheless, MLE, they really need to make this late delay jungling work for them, because if not, they have invested a lot of time and effort into this one.
Archie, what are you doing?
Archie here, I have to be careful.
Archie just stands here and doesn't go anywhere close, puts that ward down.
Oh, that's...
Evades the Q as well, so
Oh
they will
my
be
God.
They will spot up Manila Eagles. They're gonna have to head back to base here. Yux will have to head back to base. It may actually signal TPA to try and go for that blue buff of Manila Eagles. We're gonna see Morning take a little bit of damage from Chalk early on. Gonna return some of his own. Both of these champions do a lot of damage with their auto attacks just because ability power will make those stronger. I think we're gonna see Leona and Twitch solo out this blue buff. What do you think? We haven't seen them just yet on the screen. Nut's actually going to start this red buff. We'll smite that one. Evelyn's going to start the blue buff. But Leona and Twitch have been battling this blue buff since level 1. I think they picked it up.
They should be able to take it out for themselves, and that's going to be a great start for them. So, in that sense, using that vision advantage and knowing where they are. So, yeah, there we go. BB starting things off with the blue buff, and I think in that sense that's great for him, because he's going to be able to use that expunge a little bit more.
And oh my goodness, Lee Sin went over to the blue buff of Zulu Taipei Assassins, thinking that Evelyn has gone over to his blue to pick that one up, but instead realizes that there is no blue buff for the taking out. So Nut's actually going to be put fairly far behind. He's really going to have to try and make some incredible early game play to try and get back into this one. So TPA, they're going to jump it onto Yux here. There goes the poison coming out from Twitch. They actually might be able to take Jay down here. The expunge is put out the poison. Will be enough to force the barrier coming out from Jinx here. And that is not good at all, because now Yux will definitely have to head back to base.
And not only that, it was in a position where the bottom lane duel for Taipei Assassins took almost no damage at all. So that's a very successful trade as in the mid lane.
In a lot of trouble. They're just gonna come in. He has to flash without. They're just gonna flash over for first blood here in the mid lane against Kale. Really showing how dominant Evelyn and Lulu can be, both in the mid lane and in the jungle. Azubu TPA, the only lane that they're not winning right now is the top lane. Bottom lane has pretty much been secured for a tremendous amount of time, just because Twitch was able to force Jinx back early on and pick up the blue buff. Top lane is the only lane left that's pretty even for now, and even that still is a Renekton against Shyvana.
That's gonna be quite a detrimental start for Manila Eagles here. And I think once again, not having that buff control, and it's gonna be quite. It's really detrimental for his early game, and let's see how that pans out. And now BB sitting on a 20-8 CS advantage over Yux at this point of time, and for Taipei Assassins already getting that 1,000 gold lead ahead against Manila Eagles. And there we go again.
Actually, Jay might be in a little bit of trouble as he gets knocked back into the tower. Has to flash away. Will get ignited as well. Yux going to try and get some damage down. BB still doing a ton of damage to both Alistar and Jinx. In the meantime, Jay a little bit over aggressive there.
Yeah.
They do have Evelyn poised nearby though, so we might actually see Leona going for a little bit of a suicidal. And he does go in here. He's gonna go into Yux here. TG actually gonna be able to knock him back. He's actually gonna flash away, but it's not gonna be enough. Then they should be able to pick up the kill. And BB will pick it up with the expunge. Then he's gonna duel it out with Yux. Will take a tower shot for himself, but TPA once again just being a little bit more superior in terms of the laning phase right now. Good plays here, but we're gonna see Nut come out to the top lane, walk in here, shield his ally, and just be like, I want some minions. Give me those minions.
So, you know, in the bottom lane as well, we saw the ward coming in from TG, the Trinket ward, but it's not going to be able to spot out Evelyn and Normal, and Dinter just came in for cleanup duties, and you get it caught now.
A lot of trouble. BB will miss. No, he actually will hit it, get there.
Wow!
I thought he was going to miss his poison there, but was able to hit that one. Right off the flash coming in from Jinx there. That bottom lane is one. Now hates it in a lot of trouble. Slice and dice into the Shyvana Dragon Face, but will not be enough to take him down. Will burn the flash though, and Archie only used his ignite in that situation. Twitch hasn't gone back to base yet. He's forced Jinx out of lane once and taken her down as well, and they've also taken out Alistar. Now BB after this creep wave will be able to head back to base. I foresee that the bottom lane for Taipei Assassins just nothing MLE can do.
Yeah.
Snowball time for TPA BB right now. He wants to build a snowman.
It's cashing in with the jackpot in the bottom lane, and I guess it's also because of the fact that we haven't seen Twitch in so long. I think that Xbox kind of surprised me for a bit. He had 3 stacks up and then he was able to take down Yugs also effectively. And Morning now.
Morning says, hello, Mr. Blind Man. That's why not miss. It's not his fault.
It's the
He's
champion.
just blind. He's just blind.
We have to be considerate, and I guess that's a little bit of logic there.
Timo can't blind Lee Sin. I mean, it's not possible.
That's the other added advantage for Lee Sin, I guess.
But not just, he has no idea where he's going. Look, he's coming down to the bottom lane. They're actually going to try and jump in onto Leona here. Lee Sin's going to get some good damage out. Jay's going to get locked down for some time, but the Solari just says, I'm not going to take any of this. That's actually going to go down from a counter coming out from BB here. Now, Yux is in a lot of trouble. Expunge should be out in a second. There goes the Leona.
Wow.
He says, I am the bloodthirsty support. Our overlays are going to go all over the place at the same time. And we have no idea what's going to happen here. Transition back into the game as we go into a replay of what just happened. So we're going to see BB jump in. He's going to get knocked back. Jay's going to go in and say, I'm the bloodthirsty support. I'm going to jump in onto Jinx. There goes my shield. It's just going to blow up everywhere. There goes the knock from Alistar. Jay's just going to laugh once again. Takes so much damage, but it doesn't matter.
Kill onto Yuxev, and you realize that was a 2 for 3. It was a 2 versus 3 engage as well, and that goes to show this early game snowball from Taipei
Overlays
Assassins.
again.
Overlays,
Overlay
Galor.
City.
Overlays,
Still,
Galor.
they were good, but now they're just going to spot Nut in the jungle.
Is he gonna go all in on this
I
one?
don't think he will. I don't think he wants to duel out Lee Sin. Even though he's in level ahead, Lee Sin still does have that red buff and will be able to dish out an incredible amount of damage early on. Archie is still going absolutely crazy against Hate up in the top lane, despite taking so much damage against this dragon. He's still going to try and duel this one out.
It's a pretty risky maneuver there, but I think Archie just has a lot of confidence on his ability, so he will be able to deal with that. Has that dominance as well, so should his life go into danger, he should be able to just pop that out and just be even scarier than he is now.
So we saw in the bottom lane there when Lee Sin came in for the gank. This is why I think this bottom lane is completely won. As we're going to see Jay jump in onto TG. There goes the ultimate coming from Leona. Level 4 Leona against a level 6 Leona against a level 4 Alistar. That's just not even fair. They melt him down instantly, and this is why I think there's no comeback for MLE down in this bottom lane. When Lee Sin came down for a gank, he mispositioned himself too far ahead of Jay that he took 2 shower shots, and at the same time Twitch came back to lane. They're just now actually going to try and get a gank onto the top lane. Okay, he actually gets behind him. Archie's going to slice in, gets the stun down onto Hay, gets the dice off to get further away. Joanna's going to ult back. There goes the ult coming in from Evelyn. Hay's just a goner here. There goes Cole the Meek, or we should say Cole the Weak here, coming in from Renington. Absolutely decimates that dragon.
That was a pretty patient play from Dinter as well. He did not.
Here comes the 4-man gang of doom though from MLE. They're actually going to jump in onto Jay. There goes Nut, gets the slow down onto Leona. Leona just says, I'm a tanky support. Don't touch me. Flashes away. Here comes the knock into the wall. Gonna take some tower shots. BB's gonna try and defend and support in vain though, but I guess that's what you have to do against this TPA bot lane when they're so far ahead. You have to send 4 people down and just flash on their faces.
And we might see MLE going for the Dragon here now that they have so much manpower dedicated to this bomb lane. Should be going for the objective soon, but they have to remember they are very far behind. Yukes doesn't even have the Super Mega Death Rocket to try to make any execution happen, and Morning
doesn't have his ultimate either. Morning's actually gonna get some good damage down onto this outside. He's not careful. Dinter's gonna flash over, doesn't pick that one up. Instead, PG though is actually gonna go down for this one. Dinter is chasing the rest of the team in the meantime. There goes the knockout coming from Morning. Slows will come down. Chuck's in a lot of trouble. No intervention for the little cupcake that's gonna try and run away, and he will get taken down as well.
I love the synergy between Eve and Lulu, like you mentioned earlier, because you can just use that wild growth to knock people up and just keep Eve in range as well. And with that constant slow, because of the wild growth, you are just able to stick onto your opponents, use that hate spike, just deal tons of damage, and then eventually we saw Dinter picking up the kill again.
Not to mention the health picks giving even more shield.
Yeah.
The ultimate, as you said, Wild Growth giving a lot of health. Evelyn's own ultimate, Agony's Embrace, giving a ton of shield at the same time, along with Whimsy giving ability power, and the Glitter Lance to slow down people, which will shoot off of Evelyn's. That is a lot of synergy coming in between the two champions. We saw it right there in that dragon fight as Dinter tried to flash over for the steal, unable to get it, but it's 10-1, 10 minutes in this game. We've seen a minute.
Oh, watch out, watch out.
There goes the ultimate coming from Leona. Jinx has to instantly flash away. There's absolutely nothing Jay can do in this situation. TG as well, not even level 6. This bottom lane is incredibly far behind right now.
I think far behind is just understatement, because you look at BB's farm and look at Yuke's farm.
78 to 29. Blade of the Rune King already popped. There goes Hey. Archie's gonna jump in onto that dragon. Has his dominance pop. Gets the stun down. There goes the ignite. One more call. The Meek should do it. Is not able to get that one off under the tower. Takes a few hits himself, but will get out of there alive.
You know, at the start of the game, I expected the mid lane and the top lane for Taipei Assassins to be the ones to really dominate the lane. But I guess BB is just, you know, he is the one who wants to get that showing with the Twitch. And, you know, having this mercy as advantage.
A lot of trouble. He does have his ultimate now. There goes the Solar Flare. Not Solar Flare, sorry.
Xenoblade
jumping in onto that cow. Jumping over the Chambers that Jinx has placed down at the same time. Will get locked in place. Will not be able to do too much but burn the ultimate from Alistar.
Taipei Assassins now have a 7,000 goal lead over MLE, just
10-1.
12 minutes. Yeah, so it's pretty insane, and it's gonna be, I would say, a huge mountain to climb, a huge Mount Everest to try to scale for Manila Eagles to try to come back into this one.
Morning now, he's gonna get jumped in onto. It's not his fault, guys.
It's not his fault.
He's blind. Okay? Nut's actually gonna take a lot of damage. Here comes E from the back though. He's gonna get the jump in onto. There goes the divine intervention coming in from Kale there, but now he's gonna get knocked out. Turns into a cupcake. One more Glitter Lance will do the trick. Actually tries to get a shot onto Lee Sin at the same time. We do see BB takes down Alistar in the bot lane once again. AZB Taipei Assassins, the champions of the winter split of the Green Premier League, showing their absolute dominance against the Manila Eagles.
That's right, and this is Manila Eagles' return to the Garden Premier League as well. And it does look like the champions are kind of showing their worth here as, I guess, the only person to do well in the end is going to be Hate up in the top lane. But even so, Archie is up by about 20 CS.
And an assist at the same time. And along with that, the rest of Hate's map actually yokes just
Wow.
There's nothing you can do there.
That was absolutely devastating for
He got
you.
jinxed.
I don't think he just got jinxed, man. He
got
just got
jinxed,
twitched, man.
Medieval Twitch is way too strong for you. Alistar's gonna try and milk those, but I don't think it's even possible.
Channeling the powers of the medieval ages as well, you know, the dark ages, and it looks like it's going to be the dark ages for Manila Eagles in this game.
You're gonna see a lot of purple smells happen as well. We do have morning on Lulu. Archie's gonna be able to take down the tower. Hate's gonna try and duel him out. I think Runnington's actually stronger than Shyvana. We'll wait for this burnout to wear off. Then we probably see Archie go a little bit aggressive.
He doesn't need to.
I'm strong with that. He just doesn't have a strong down.
I just want to eat up the minions. I'm not too concerned about you.
Just gonna slice and dice all over the place in this top lane. Once again, it's just gonna be a battle of I hit you, you hit me. We're not a big family, but you know, that's just how it works in the top lane. You're just sprawling out against each other. Nobody ever dies there anymore. Nobody ever dies in the top lane unless it's to a gank. We did see one early on from Dinter. Archie now still farming out in the top lane. I fear for Manila Eagles. What do they have to do it this early in the game? They're 10,000 gold behind.
Well,
What
I guess
can they do to come back into this game?
they have to pray for the best. Like maybe Taipei Assassins just.
But they don't
move
have
to
Prey in
the-
their team.
I saw what you do there, but
Without Prey,
okay, let's put it this way: if Taipei Assassins get overzealous and they just move all the way into Manila Eagles' base without the super minions, without the protection of turrets as well, then maybe Manila Eagles will be able to do something.
they're gonna wait for Baron to spawn. 15-minute spawn. Archie misses this colony. He's a weakling. He doesn't know when Baron spawns. But AZB Taipei Assassins, gather that they're so far ahead, we're just gonna wait for Baron to spawn, and that's what we're gonna do.
The
This game. They're gonna pick it
welcome
up.
party for Nasher.
They're gonna pick this Baron up with ease. They don't even. Digit didn't even want to smite that. He's just like, I'm lazy today. Let Twitch kill it. Smited it way
Yeah,
too early.
they didn't even need to use the.
They did end
smite
up
as well.
using the smite, but just let Twitch kill it, you know? So now I do believe the AZB TPA are just going to push into the base. This is the point in the game, in a solo queue game, where you pray that two of the people are going to disconnect. That's the only chance you really have in a solo queue game at this point. MLE, right now, what they really have to do is wait for mistakes. Like, this could have been a mistake if TG gets a knockback. He may be actually able to take down Jay, who flashed over. Good decision coming from Jay there. This is what MLE have to wait for. Mistakes made by AZB TPA. But a team of this caliber are not going to make that many mistakes. They may get overzealous, as you said, and make mistakes. You just saw Leona make there, but it's the only way MLE can get back into this game.
So I want to kind of sidetrack a little bit. So far the record for the fastest Baron being taken in the Garena Premier League was set in the first week when Windowlicker and the rest of Insidious Gaming took it down at 21 minutes. And you know, like we saw this game, Taipei Assassins now challenging for the title. I got the timer down. 15 minutes and 19
Here comes
seconds.
a flash of TG, gonna knock the morning into the base. There goes the solo flip coming in. Digital will take down the blind mount. Dragon's gonna descend onto everybody on the side of AZB Taipei Assassins. Jay tanking up the tower. There goes the Dragon Tower, shut down onto the Evelyn. Jay's gonna get zapped. No, he actually will not get zapped. BB will actually join the fight late with the spray and pray, which is exactly what MLE needed there, but MLE not able to make the play happen there. Dinzer gets taken down, but they trade 3 for 1 in that situation. Taipei Assassins is going to be able to pick up the tower. I don't blame MLE for that play though. It's what TG really needed to do to try and get back to this game. It just didn't work out for them.
And I guess it's also because of the fact that they are pretty much quite far behind for them to make the best out of the play here. But again, like we mentioned, Taipei Assassins got just that little bit overzealous.
BB's actually going to go back in here. Here goes the zap onto Jay. Jay's actually going to jump in. He might get taken down. No! Wild Grove being off to knock them out. Bloodthirsty support he will be. Intervention is going to let Yux live for a little bit longer. But when Needle Twitch says, I don't need you to live, I just want you to die. Zubu Taipei Assassin going to chase to the base. Here goes the dominance from Rex. They're going to jump in for the stun onto TG. That's actually going to take a lot of damage this one as well. Oh! He gets kicked in the base. Fountain is the MVP of this game, taking down Archie.
My gosh, that just got knocked right back to the fountain, and I guess that's the biggest source of damage that Manila Eagles really needed to do.
That is what MLE needs to do this game. They need to keep kicking people into the fountain.
Yeah, and at least for them, 17 to 3 in terms of kill count. They are, just kind of making things happen. And Taipei Assassins really getting overzealous and moving all the way into the fountain range.
Doesn't want anything to do with Evan there.
Just flashing.
Didn't even take a single auto attack or a hate spike, nothing. Just said, nope, no,
thank you. I'm making my stage exit. Just by the flash there.
Exit stage left right now. That's what he had to do with his splash there. MLE, they looked okay coming into this game. I mean, Hate fared fairly well at the top lane. Chalk was doing okay in the mid lane against Morning.
The bottom lane, man.
Morning started to do well after the gank that came in from Dinter. It was the bottom lane, I feel, for Zubu Taipei Assassins that really set things off. Jay with great initiations with his Zenith Blades early on, and 4 plays coming in from TG, I feel. He wanted to save his pulverize and headbutt, but Yux getting soloed out by Dinter here. Dodges the chompers, just says nom nom nom.
He doesn't really need to dodge out the chompers.
Morning's taking on 3 people by himself.
That's how fearless
He's
he
shielding
is.
his super minion.
I'm at a loss of words now, man. Like, this is some pretty one-sided performance for Taipei Assassins, and
dominating performance coming in from Zubu Taipei Assassins. They're going to be able to take down this bot lane inhibitor turret. They have to force Manila Eagles to make a play. I do believe that MLE will try and make a play while it's a 4-on-5 situation. However, Zubu TPA, even 4-on-5, 20,000 gold ahead 20 minutes into the game. They should be able to pick that one up with ease as well. Here goes the solo break coming in from Jay. Their Zenith will hit onto Yux. This is going to get in onto the back line. TG's going to get taken out through his ultimate as well. Jace is going to get destroyed. Heart-shaped pigtails are not going to be enough for you to live through this one, Miss Jace. But there goes another inhibitor. Zubu TPA are actually going to try and close out this game. They're actually battering down the Nexus turrets now. It's too early in the game to even surrender this one. TPA will be able to pick up this game in a decisive fashion as well. Final stand coming in for Hate here. The Dragon will descend back into the base where she belongs, as Morning says. Maybe we'll get a headbutt in. No. Fountain MVP. TG wants it. Nobody's going to give it to it. Oh, there we go. Fountain MVP for MLE here, but that's about all they're going to get, and all she wrote as the Nexus gets absolutely destroyed by the Zubu Taipei Assassins, and that'll be game to them in 20 minutes and 27 seconds.
That is an